Boom! And welcome to another video of the Flowing Dutchman here in Amsterdam. And in this video I'd like to talk about something which I think a lot of people apparently don't know. And that is, why did I come to India in the first place? Now, the reason I came to India was because I also discovered people using a mace or macebell. And before I knew it, I started posting it on social media. First visit, I always brought my steel mace. Now I think it was the first steel mace ever in India. Because I saw that and we were in Varanasi, I was like, why not? Hey, wait a second, Indians are actually interested in this. I had no Indian followers whatsoever. Because I have gone through my journey, it's very logical for me to think everybody has seen all the things that I've done up until this point, and it's very clear why I'm here in India, and it's very clear what I am actually doing. Now, the reason I came to India was because if we go all the way back, I started my company, which was called Functional Harbies at the time. Now it's Dutch Flow Academy. To actually train people, I had this bicycle cart. And in this bicycle cart, I had a limit of the amount of weight I could put in there. So I used functional training tools like the kettlebell, like Bose ball, rib trainer, weights that don't require a lot of weight to actually have a lot of benefit and actually feels like you're really doing tough strength training. That made me eventually come up to clubs. And I was a lot investigating this in YouTube, and I saw people training with steel clubs and club bells. Those are like heavy weighted clubs inspired by the bigger clubs that you find in India. And through that gate, I also discovered people using a mace or macebell, steel mace. But it is looking very similar to this, made of steel. And I ordered one, and the moment I ordered one, that was when I felt that first swing, right? That first feeling. And this was enchanting. So I used it directly and implemented it to work on my clients and work with those group trainings. And it was a great tool. And before I knew it, I started posting it on social media, and everybody started to say, hey man, you're the guy with the mace, the guy with the big stick, swinging things around. And that kind of became a thing. Now, a year after that, that's when me and my former girlfriend decided to go to Nepal. For 3 months, we went on a travel. But after 1 month in Nepal hiking, I said, wait a second, I looked on the map and I saw, isn't India very close to Nepal? So why don't we go to India? So we decided to go 2 months to India. Now that was the moment when we bought a Royal Enfield, a motorcycle. Now with this motorcycle, we went all the way from the north to the south. Interestingly enough though, we bought that motorcycle in Varanasi. That was the first city we entered. And I had seen some videos of Paul Taras Volkowinski when he visited India with a specific goal of learning about the Gada or the mace, because he had seen and had read something about that origin there. Because I saw that and we were in Varanasi, I was like, why not? I just asked a tuk-tuk driver to get me to some akharas. And that was when I swung a real Gada, so made of a bamboo handle and a stone, for the first time. I think the first one was about 12 kilos. And I had never swung such a heavy weight before, because I had a 4 kilo and an 8 kilogram steel mace. So this was very enticing for me, even though the real purpose of it wasn't to document that. I visited maybe 6 akharas during that time, sometimes in the mornings when we were there, but again, it was more of a touristic travel that we did, not necessarily to do with my business or training regimen. And I also didn't have a YouTube channel yet, so I wasn't really posting about it anyway. I just had my phone, I made a few things for social media. And interestingly enough, what happened here was that a lot of people got interested in and saw my travel videos. They said, oh man, this is amazing. So something in me clicked. Like, maybe this is something that I can do more often. But you got to remember that when I started to do this, I had no Indian followers whatsoever. So when I came to India the next time on the same bike, we kept that bike. The goal was to actually show the Western swinging community how the origin of this mace, where it was inspired from, how that still occurred in real life. So that was the original purpose, right? To show people, hey, look, we got this tool, we got amazing techniques. It changed quite a bit ever since the first one came out in the West. And the international swing community just started to expand and grow, right? So it was the perfect gateway for me to bridge between where it was inspired from and to show that to people that were doing it in quite a different way, but still did not really know where the origin of this lay. That inspired me to come back to India many times. And I have gone 6 times from then on. And interestingly enough, after that first visit, I always brought my steel mace. Now I think it was the first steel mace ever in India, because you still cannot get it from an actual producer, because they all come from China, and India doesn't really go nice with Chinese products. So I think that's the reason why they're still not there. Maybe it's also a lack of interest or a lack of risk-taking that makes that mace or macebell not come to India. I think one of the videos that I made with some wrestlers eventually just went completely viral on YouTube, and very much so for the Indian audience. And when that happened, I suddenly started to say, hey, wait a second, Indians are actually interested in this. I didn't know that. I thought they all knew, but apparently they didn't, because it's such a small thing compared to this large country with that many people. The Gada, from which the mace is inspired by, that big one with the bamboo handle and the round stone, which is very different than the Gada they show to wrestlers, for example, or they give to wrestlers as a prize, or the Gada that is used in Kalari Paitu. There are different forms of Gada, right? So this one was the inspiration for the mace. And to eventually find that and see that Indians have never actually witnessed that, unless they went to Varanasi and specifically looked for akharas, right? Which just didn't happen. Like, they all have kind of seen it. Maybe their father or grandfather did it. It just sparked a big interest for them. And so my purpose started to change from just showing the international swing community how some of the origins are still being used. And at the same time, my mission expanded to showing actual Indians, like, hey, look, this is in your country, this is pretty cool, and it's actually dying. There's not much left of it, not much knowledge left, not much actual people doing it left. Most of them are older people, and the modern people just go to bodybuilding gyms, right? Yeah, that mission expanded, and those two things are still what makes me come back to India, outside of the fact that I love traveling, I love driving on a motorcycle, and I love meeting new people in a culture that is so radically different than mine. So bridging that gap between both worlds, that's really an interesting thing for me, and what I'm really excited for. So that's why you also see me getting really diving deep into that culture. That's something that I really love. So that was some more information about why I come to India, why I have come to India, and why I will be back in India. If you enjoyed this, please leave like, comment, share. Maybe you learned something, maybe you have something to say about what I said. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. You just bought a mace. What should you do with it? The Mace 101 course is the perfect solution for you. It takes you through all the foundational principles of the mace and turns that into long and detailed videos to actually master these fundamental principles. At the end of this course, you're going to learn a complete flow where we add everything on that we learned in this course. This course will take you to the next level, even if you are not a beginner. I hope to welcome you soon to the Mace 101 course. Thank you for your attention, it's greatly appreciated. If you like the content, please consider to share, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see similar videos, you can see them over here. If you're interested in learning more from me as a coach, I've got online courses on DutchFlowAcademy.com. Keep flowing, Ram Ram.